Welcome to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
This is our inaugural Twin Tarot video for the Twin Tarot channel.
You were there for the beginning of it. Aren't you lucky?
Twin Tarot with the Tarot Twins.
Oh, boy.
I wonder if that's a root. It is.
Well, it's definitely alliteration.
Yeah, not enough T's in there. Anyways, for this reading, we are going to read on...
Oh, we're going to ask the spirits, or ask the cards to tell us about Aileen Cannon, and is she going to try and push Trump's documents trial date past the election?
And for those not up to speed on it, she just recently...
postponed it indefinitely.
Postponed indefinitely with maybe a target for the end of July. One of the interesting parts of that, by saying maybe they might do it by the end of July, is that it kind of messes up other court cases that are out there, like the Georgia RICO case or the January 6 documents case, because it's sort of like putting something on the schedule, causing these other cases to maybe schedule things later on their schedules, and once those schedules are set, then you can just cancel it or move it closer to theirs or just cause mayhem. So I want to look in the energy around Aileen Cannon and this Mar-a-lago documents case, and will she try and push it past the election in November? Because obviously, if you push it past the election in November, he's not a convicted felon for selling state secrets and such things like that.
And he can pardon himself if he gets elected. Lord help us all.
Yeah, or let's come right back up, or appoint an attorney general
that'll drop the case.
That doesn't even want to pursue it.
Yep.
So yeah, shenanigans. Come on down. Let's see what we got going on here.
Okay. Here we go.
Ace of Wands. She's got a notion. I think that right there is not only yes, but man, you've knocked it out of the park.
Well, okay, that's it. Well, so much for that.
Yeah, so much for that. Thank you for watching Twin Tarot
right.
Talk. What's crossing it? The Lover's card. It's deals that she's made. This is, to me, looking like, yeah, that's the deal. That's the plan. She's in cahoots. It's kind of like the fix is in sort of thing, whether she's working with the Federalist Society or there's like if it's not the Federalist Society in particular, it's some group like it. It's got that vibe where it's like they're giving her guidance on how to keep delaying to get this thing past the election. Because if they can get Trump elected, if they can kick this off so Trump gets elected, yeah, this case is going away. Thoughts?
I was just saying, if you still had the Apprentice program, maybe he offered her a spot on the Apprentice.
Oh, yeah, of course, because there's got to be a payout, right? So what do you think the payout would be for a federal judge if she can get this thing delayed till after the election?
Supreme Court nomination?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Clarence Thomas and Justice Alito both have like one foot in the grave. They're so old. No offense. they're at the tail end of their judicial careers, and Thomas, I believe, wants to step down, but he does not want to step down when a Democrat is the president, because then he will be replaced with a more liberal judge.
Well, we could probably throw cards on that later, can't we?
Yes, we could. That's one of the planned readings here. But yeah, so come on down again.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan that's in place. There's an agreement here. And the Empress underneath it. And yeah, she's key to this agreement because she can keep making these non-written orders for delaying the case. And it's not I don't have one of those.
You've got a Diet Coke.
I have a Diet Coke. It's not appealable. When I posted up my last reading on Judge Cannon, when this news first broke, folks were asking, is this an appealable offense? Can Jack Smith go after her? Not this. This is a scheduling thing, and the federal justices have a lot of leeway with their scheduling. So no, it's not appealable, but it's also, they're going to take care of her. Okay. Two major arcana and ace, pretty strong energies there. In the past, we've got the Seven of Cups. This is about, lack of integrity. It's about illusions and delusions, not living in objective reality. To me, this is lack of integrity. She is not handling this case like it's a threat to national security. She's handling this case like, oh, yeah, the invasion plans to Iran. Who wouldn't mistake those as personal documents?
Well, there's some 21-year-old kid out in the East Coast that's in the gulag because...
Private Teixeira or Corporal... I think it was Private Teixeira is his name. Yeah, he's bragging to some guys on Discord who didn't believe he worked with top secret documents. And he's going to be going to prison for years.
Yeah, he's already done. And Trump keeps dragging it out.
Yeah, and this stuff is magnitudes way more important than this. Again, we don't have a fair and balanced judicial system. There's definitely tiers.
Oh, absolutely.
Current situation is betrayal. This is an absolute betrayal to the rule of law, especially for the party of law and order. It's a betrayal to the United States. It's a betrayal to the people because she's putting politics above the law and not holding Trump accountable for the actions that he's done. The overarching energy is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is usually making harsh, emotionless decisions. That's not the vibe I get from her. She's making decisions, and it's kind of like a mission with her to keep these things going, but I don't get that iron backbone. The vibe I get from her is she's more running scared, but she's taking advice, and it hasn't come back to bite her yet. But, there is one other thing, though, that this could also represent. I keep this up on us. That Queen of Swords, she did... Oh, and that could be where the betrayal card comes in, too. She did have, I believe, 2 paralegals that were working underneath her resign their positions. And you can imagine that if they resign their positions, especially if they found some ethical problems with her integrity, they might whistle blow.
That'd be interesting.
And that's a betrayal to her because, these were people that worked for her. They were in her office. And this is why sometimes I start the reading with the question and things are kind of fitting. This flows easily. They understood who she was. They worked for her. They don't work for her anymore. They know she doesn't have integrity. And now you go to Jack Smith with the information that you have. And now here comes the harshness. Guess what? We're going to go to a judge. We're going to appeal something based on this new evidence and take you to an appeals court or an ethics. This could be like an ethics investigation into her. And I believe, I don't know if it was Kim from Intuit View, could have been Susan Lin. One of the intuitives I watched recently just started talking about Jack Smith and some investigation involving Judge Cannon. But this might be an ethics. There could be an ethics thing going on with her based on those paralegals that left. Oh, sorry. Bring you down. The lesson to be learned is the nostalgia, taking care of the people underneath you. Oh, there's an ethics investigation coming in. Big time. There's an ethics investigation coming in.
It seems our question has diverted.
Yes, it does that. It does that on occasion. I don't know why. Spirit challenges me. Outcome is the magician. This is going to spawn something new. So in reading it the original way, and this could be a layered reading, that's the fix. There's an agreement. She lacks integrity. This is a heartbreak for the United States. This is not the way the law is supposed to be ruled. You're supposed to rule in a fair and balanced nature, but there's shenanigans going on. There's, we're going to reward this little girl for doing the right thing so that we can push this thing past the election.
Okay.
And then if you hold up your end of the deal, then we're going to promote you up to something special, especially if Trump gets in there. Now, from an ethics point of view, it's like you've got the 2 ladies who quit. I think they were women, paralegals that quit, that were part of her campaign. They left because of disillusionment with her lack of integrity. They probably, she's betraying the United States and the faith of people. So let's go and whistleblow, if you will. They've got the receipts, and this is, you should have been taking care of these people, and this can manifest in an investigation
or a new trial or new replacing the judge?
Well, yeah, I think, but ultimately would replace the judge on this
one.
one.
The Empress card be in that?
The Empress card would be again her actions and her motivations for her actions. That's kind of my read on it. Now I want to check something real quick here. Okay, we're back.
We're back. Yay!
It was minutes for us and split seconds for you.
Indeed.
I did confirm that Aileen Cannon did have two law clerks that resigned their position.
What's interesting is they're 1-year positions, and they both left before the 1-year term was up.
And I remember reading that these are prestigious positions.
They are.
You don't, there's competition to get these. So you don't, one person might leave because, life situations change.
Yeah.
But to have two people leave?
Yeah, makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah. That was in March, you said?
Any of us who've had a bad boss understand how that works.
That was what, a month or two ago?
In March.
Okay. All right. So, follow-up question. Will Aileen Cannon succeed in postponing the Mar-a-Lago documents case past November? Now, of course, if Trump strokes out or something, goes to the great McDonald's in the sky, stealing Susan Lynn's destination for him, it won't matter because it'll matter for Walt Nada and Mr. Oliveris, but it's not going to matter to Trump at that point.
Just the egos and reputation of the family.
And all I can say is, if Trump, again, not wishing anything on anybody, if Trump were to pass, it would be amazing to watch how quickly Judge Cannon gets this case through.
Yep.
Because do you think she cares a lick about Walt Nada or Carlos Oliveira?
No. I can answer that. I don't need to throw cards on that.
Exactly. Will she succeed in delaying this? Little four-carder. There's that energy of looking down the road like it's actions that you're taking. They call this the penultimate battle. So this is a soldier. He's beaten up. He's wounded. He's like on guard shift, not sure what's coming down, but you've got 2 battles left. You got the battle that's coming, and then you've got one more after that. So this could be kind of like the July. Now that you've indefinitely postponed it, you have to get it to July.
Yeah.
And then when you get it to July, and then you have to figure out a way to get it past November. So that's kind of the vibe on this one. Supporting it is the Page of Wands, trying to come up with messaging and reasons why this thing needs to be postponed. Oh, there's your Ace of Wands again. So center underneath this is, to me, that means it's part of the plan and all the actions that are being taken. Mm-hmm. There's a nervousness here, though. She doesn't know she can get the next one through there without getting in trouble.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And then, King of Pentacles could be Donald Trump.
Yep.
King of Pentacles could be like, again, the Federalist Society, people paying bills, offering her things of value. It's just like, come on, one more delay after this one.
Well, it could also be what he's already offered her, which he's put her in the judgeship. He's made her a federal judge.
And you got to dangle the carrot.
Yep.
Keep the carrots dangled. And then underneath is the temperance. It's the patience. And it's like patience, not so much delay, but it's kind of like delay. It's like, we got to integrate this into the new schedule. There's so many hearings to have. Oh my God, who knew how complicated these cases could be?
You could certainly try to sell it as I'm trying to be very deliberate.
Ah, yes.
Because, it's a former president and he's the presumptive candidate for the presidency.
And it shouldn't matter because...
Well, I agree, but, reasons.
She's so corrupt. This is just, even for... I'm a big fan of Law and Order, believe it or not, even though I'm a raging libtard. And I'd like to think that our judicial system is fair and unbiased, but this one this is what's infuriating because it's really clearly not. Yeah, especially in this case. I haven't seen such horrible bias in my life.
Trump has given us a couple of gifts.
Can I return them?
No, he truly has. I mean,
he shoplifted these gifts and he took off the tags and is giving it to you. You can't take it back.
He has given us a couple of real gifts. He has shown us that this country is far more racist and has made not nearly as much progress since 1964 Civil Rights Act as I certainly thought we had. I thought we were a lot better than that.
and I think we live in a bubble because we live in the Bay Area, and not that we don't see racism over here, but
there's a lot of
society. Yeah, society's a lot more integrated over here.
Yeah, and the other thing he's given us is kind of that gift of sight on there is a 2-tier system of justice.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no question that they are bending over backwards for this guy, that they wouldn't do this for just Joe guy on the street who got busted for this. The fact that he's not in the gulag already is just kind of tribute to that.
Judge Mershon even said that in his order. It's like, pretty much said, without saying it in these exact words, anybody else would be in prison right now for the number of times you violated this gag order.
Gag order? Oh, yeah. We'll be doing a reading on that, too.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so, Judge Aileen Cannon's,
So it looks like she's purposely trying to kick it out.
Yes, she's that's part of the plan. It's not a done deal. It is not a done deal yet. It's just kind of you've kicked the can to like summer, like the end of July, and now you have to figure out a way to kick the can further down the road and try and maintain your job or something.
So now is there going to be consequences for this?
Well, I want to find out. What I want to look at now is did the 2 aides who quit is there going to be consequences for that? Is that manifestation, is that going to lead to an investigation into her?
Okay,
let's look at the energy of that.
Yeah, because it could be completely innocuous reasons.
Yes, she was really nice. She bought us flowers every Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have? We've got. I'm going to do a 7-carter on this one as opposed to a 4-carter. The foundation of these 2 paralegals is the 10 of Wands. Hard, backbreaking work. Awkward work. Now this could be that they quit because work-life balance wasn't working for them.
Yeah, but I think if you're a law clerk and you've been assigned to a federal judge, you're living for this. This is like
go on.
It's like being put in the Olympics. It's like this is what you trained and worked for your whole life to get to this position.
And it was only a year-long position. Right?
Yeah, it's only a year.
So you can suck it up.
Yeah. We've all suffered for a year, haven't we?
How many kids did you have? Did you suffer for a year?
My kids were great. I did not deserve those children, honestly. But what we did to my poor mom, Lord help us. So to all you mothers, happy Mother's Day.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You survived. Hope you enjoy brunch tomorrow or today when you see this.
Yes.
Okay, so what do we have? We've got the burden. And this could also be, this might also be one of the things where this is not an easy decision. You can imagine you're a law clerk and if you saw shenanigans going on, now you're hit with this freaking ethical debate.
Yeah.
Do I just do my job so that I can have a career? Judge Cannon gives you a recommendation, you go to other places and you start working up your career. Or do you just totally blow your foot off? You've worked to get to this position, which means you're cream of the crop type of workers here, and now you've got a moral dilemma.
So is that what this chariot saying?
Yeah, and so the chariot crossing it is chariot is a major arcana. It's about things moving forward at a slow, grinding pace, and then underneath is the star card. It's the calm after the storm. But it's also kind of looking at your best traits. So to me, it's like, this with this 10 of Wands, like horrible, hard decision this is something you have to make a decision on. You can't just ignore it. Either you're going to have to ignore it and can finish your work, or you report it. Just quitting and doing nothing kind of isn't the option there. Because now from an ethics point of view, that's the worst decision. Well, the worst decision is just to work there and work blindly and just say, I didn't know. Quitting is better. It's like resigning your position, but then you're not doing anything about it. Doing something about it is what's necessary. Underneath is the star card. I think that they're going to make the right decision, whatever that right decision is. Now, if this is just too much work and my life has changed, then quit. That's the star decision. Don't stay there and break your back and have a nervous breakdown because you can't get the work done. In the past, Six of Wands. This is them getting that position.
Yeah, being successful.
They've won the competition. They are the champions.
Yes.
Of this issue. Current situation.
Stealing off a couple of swords.
Seven of Swords is like, wow. This is like literally like I had no idea what was going on here. This is getting your eyes opened to the corruption. This is a card of corruption. Okay. So now you know there's corruption in here. Oh, you can imagine the ethical dilemma that they're in. Mm-hmm. Now, do you advance it or do you put a halt to it? The overarching energy is whatever it is that they chose to do, it's a new start on their life. Mm-hmm. They have now been put in a position that they have to make a major decision in their lives and go down that new path. And it looks like in this position they've already started down that new path.
The problem is that the path can be very short and precipitous.
Exactly. On the low energy, you walk right off the cliff. And that's kind of the concern that they have is like, crap. Whatever it is that caused them to resign. Now, again, entertainment purposes only, we don't know that Judge Cannon's done anything unethical. I mean, she appears to be a paragon of virtue and nobility. However, if she had, for hypothetical reasons, these women are made a choice. And again, literally for their careers, this could be like walking right off a path and collapsing down to the canyon, or it's a test and a measurement of their character and what non-corrupt federal judge wouldn't love to have people like that on their thing. So it's a mixed bag. Anything you want to throw on that one? Or you want to add to that?
Nope.
The lesson to be learned is the Ace of Cups. Emotionally exhausting, emotionally stressful. A lot of tears being shed. This is almost like if you've watched the Lord of the Rings movies, when Frodo is telling Gandalf he wished this ring was never his burden, and Gandalf says, well, it chose you. This is your place in history. This is your burden to bear. I don't think they wanted to do this. This is causing a lot of anxiety with them because, everything that they've worked for 20-something years, well, not saying you're working since you're 2 years old, but for much of your high school, college, law school life and everything like that's been leading up to this, and now you got to be the heavy.
Yep.
Out comes the Empress, which is interesting. So we had this as Aileen Cannon. Yeah. So the decision is, what's happening here to me is this involves Aileen Cannon and Aileen Cannon's decisions. Does that mean they're going to support her? Does that mean that they're going to go against her? By the way the cards look, they're going against her. Let's throw a clarifier. Happy endings. Finding practicality with things. And next steps. But the clarifiers aren't helping a whole heck of a lot. It could be that there's a payout. They could see it with Aileen Cannon. There's a payout here. Yeah. And that a payout on the short term and a promise for the future. And her future is going to look fantastic. If they do nothing and Trump gets reelected, Aileen Cannon's career is going to go up like a rocket ship.
Yeah. She proved her loyalty, right?
Yeah. And so now literally it's what do these two law clerks, thank you. I'll just push the button.
Yes, law clerk.
I'll pull the string. He has only one phrase he says.
That's right.
Law clerks.
Most of the dolls we had growing up had several phrases. Mine is just one.
Law clerks. Zick.
Law clerk.
Okay, any pontification you want to throw that, or any other questions you want to...
No, that's good. We've wasted 24 minutes of these nice people's time.
Exactly. Way to spend a Sunday with us.
No, just so you know, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, please go sue other people. We're just a couple of idiots on the internet.
We can only promise that we're going to have a lot of fun, some snarky comments.
Yes, snark is the point.
Very, very misguided interpretations and... thoughts on how the world should work.
And realize that I'm hot. It's a warm day out today.
It is.
When there's a lot of gaslighting going on Earth 1 and Earth 2.
Lord Almighty!
And let's claim that we're on Earth 1 and that this Earth 2 spawned about 2016 or so. The gaslighting coming from Earth 2 is aggravating, and the snark, the sarcasm, the humor, the sarcastic humor, which is really what snark is a way of combating that. Because it's just sort of like they say the most stupid, outrageous things that are false. You can't argue facts with them because they are immune.
Yeah, impervious
to facts. Facts mean nothing. So the best thing that you can hit them with is sarcasm.
Yeah.
Just start insulting their intelligence and their view on things. Because they can't ignore that.
Yeah.
They can ignore facts, but the sarcasm they have no defense for.
So, subscribe.
Poke.
If you have any comments, throw them in the comment sections. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yes. Anything, yeah. And throwing comments, throwing the likes and the subscribes, they all help with the YouTube algorithm so that the video gets out to more people. And you can think of it as your societal, not duty or obligation, but contribution. You get this video out to other people who may not know to look for us, but may need to hear that message.
Indeed.
And if it made you feel good, give it a like, give it a comment, so that it can reach somebody to make them feel good.
Amen. And thank you for being there for our first episode on the new channel.
Really do appreciate it. Anything else you want to throw out there?
No, thanks. Have a wonderful Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes, and as I would always say, don't read cards like my brother.
And don't read cards like my brother.
Have a good one.
Take care.